So Joe Danger, you guys announced this game last week at Gamescom, right?
Yeah, that's right. We kind of showed it there for the first time, but this is our first proper kind of public showing, right? Which, as you can imagine, is pretty scary.
Well, yeah, people are liking it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really good for us so far. People seem to be enjoying it, right, which is always good. It's a kind of important thing. But you know, it's just fun. It's just fun to like show people and see real people playing it. I mean, we sit in our room and make a game, just a couple of us, and it's just awesome to kind of get it out there and for it to be real, right?
Right. Well, I had a lot of fun with the first game. What's new with the sequel here?
So we're trying to do a lot that's new, hopefully, right? The idea is that in the first game, Joe was kind of a slightly washed up, like, traveling stuntman, right? He was like on his motorbike in the desert, right? With this one, he's on the set of like a big budget Hollywood blockbuster, right?
Finally got his act together.
Yeah, exactly. He's been like discovered by this slightly crazy director. You'll see him in all of the levels, right? He's actually recording what you're doing as you play through the game.
Okay.
And that gets cut together into like an actual movie, right? It's kind of a movie trailer that you get at the end of each segment that you play.
Okay.
And the idea is that it's kind of every action movie that you've ever seen, you know, and ever loved, put together, at least the ones we love, right? So there's little bits of Indiana Jones and kind of mine carts. There's bits of like jetpack, kind of future fighting against robots. There's James Bond, you know, whatever we can think of. Short Circuit, Gremlins. We put it all in there. Yeah.
Johnny 5, like, are they drilling under tunnels, like breaking the banks, or what? How do you do a short circuit level?
We've got a level which we're not showing, where you're riding around on the back of a tiny little robot dude.
Oh, okay.
It's really fun.
So remind me if I'm wrong, you spent most of the time on a bike in the first game, right?
Yeah, that's right. And this time round, variety is kind of what we're going for, right? Every level is like a scene from the film. It kind of fits together into this slightly crazy kind of narrative. So every level's a scene, but also every scene we want to have either a different vehicle or a different environment or a different gameplay type.
Okay.
Right? So, you know, if you're playing a level and you're on a jetpack or a parachute or a hang glider, then that's very different to one where you're on skis or you're, you know, on a skidoo or a jet ski or whatever. So we try and really mix it up, really mix up the styles of gameplay, but also use that kind of movie theme to like kind of do a tongue-in-cheek parody, but also kind of use cool bits from films because they make for great gameplay, right?
Yeah. So what's the name of the director?
He doesn't have a name. He's kind of a mysterious character. You like
Ben Reeves, that's a good name.
Yeah, it is a good name. A good solid name, right?
Good solid name. I'm glad I could help
Any
you out.
particular reason that you reckon Ben would be a good name?
Oh, it's just such a strong, powerful name.
Yeah.
It evokes very like handsome feelings of amorous feelings.
Really?
It does.
You find that?
Women love it. Men love it.
Yeah.
So if you want Joe Danger to succeed, I think
maybe we should change.
Ben and Joe Danger.
Maybe it should be Ben Danger.
Ben Danger. Well, you know what? If you feel inspired, go for it. It looks fun.
Cool. Well, that's what we're going for, right? No, it's very much, you know, like this is a game that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's kind of arcade fun, right? And it's a mix of a lot of different game styles that we love. So we've got things like this is a kind of a road march element that we're playing right now, where you're riding through city streets, dodging traffic and punching guys off their bikes, delivering some justice.
I got a road rash once. It wasn't very fun. So that's a lot better.
That was your name that got you into that trouble.
It was a cop. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to try?
Yeah, do the Minecraft level.
Go for it. So A is boost, and that's kind of what speeds you up.
Okay. Watch this.
So all the
gosh.
all the
did I fail already?
All the minecart levels, they kind of play like a roller coaster. I'll show you another one.
Yeah.
It's like this is a downhill level, and you're just switching the gates, right? Because it's on a slope, you get faster and faster. So you want up on the left stick to...
keep switching up the... Oh, I thought I went up there.
You're going incredibly slowly. You want to accelerate.
Hey,
right. No.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. Down on the left stick. There you go. And up.
All right. I'm like hitting every one. There we go.
Got it now?
Yeah, I'm an expert.
Yeah. Right, so you could have boosted through those at the end. You saw the director there, he was recording that bit, right? So that pretty poor performance would make it into your version of the film.
Pretty poor, like my life. So how does Joe Danger get discovered?
He's just kind of found the director wants to make this big budget film, supposedly the greatest movie ever made. That's what he's trying to make, right? Okay. It's like biggest budget action film, but it's got all these crazy stunts in it, and there's kind of only one man who's, you know, maybe stupid enough to take on these stunts, right?
Me?
Oh,
Joe Danger.
Yeah. We want to ease people in at the start, right? Using the kind of vehicles. So some vehicles are, you know, maybe a bit slower, a bit more robust than the original bike in Joe Danger. So we can kind of use that to ease people in. But towards the end, the game's going to get, a lot harder. I can't help but notice you're leaving a lot of gold behind, a lot of gold points.
I'm not in it for the money.
Yeah, I can tell.
I can do it, I think, this time. Oh my gosh, that was so close. Okay.
So this is one of the challenge levels. It's not part of the film kind of theme, but so yeah, this is definitely one of the levels that's a lot more tricky.
I see you've played this before.
I've played it once, maybe twice.
So you guys do anything multiplayer?
Well, we haven't announced like our platform yet. That's because we don't know. Like a lot of the games here on the indie floor, we're like a smaller developer,
Still
right?
working
so
on it. Okay.
We're just working through those things. First one was released on PS3. You're playing PC and 360 around here, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, cool. When's it come out?
Hopefully. I mean, we're still very early in development. We're kind of only about halfway through and kind of only have a small subsection of stuff that we're showing here. But we're hoping for kind of early to mid next year. And so this is our level editor, and this is what all our levels were built in. It's just a really fun thing to play around with. It's kind of fun to use, and I think that's one of the reasons that the game is fun, right? Because we can just play around with ideas, so you can go a little bit crazy.
So your formula is fun.
Yeah, exactly, right? Fun plus fun equals fun. But the cool thing is that I can just duck in and out of the editor at any time. I can kind of just place things where I want them.
Kind of just play around. Is this your first PAX? You guys been before?
We've been to PAX East before, and this is our first time kind of showing properly. Cool. It's crazy. It's like absolutely insane, but fun.
People loving the game. People getting a good response out of it.
Yeah, they're pretty good at it as well. We've had some people beat some of my high scores. So I kind of don't like that.
They're saying they're better than me.
They're a little better than you.
A little better than me. I got some playing to do. I got some catching up. I think one of the guys was telling me you had a person at Gamescom who like basically sat through the whole thing and like played everything you had.
Yeah, we had somebody at Gamescom who came the first day. It's like a 4-day show. He arrived the first day. One of the first games he played was Joe Danger, and he just stayed. And he stayed for all 4 days. He'd leave for like 5 minutes, have a look at the queues for the other games, and then just come back.
These all suck.
So yeah, that was all he saw was Joe Danger. That was his ticket. That's what it got him.
The Joe Danger game show.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hey, that's good for you guys.
Yeah, I hope he enjoyed it. Luckily, he could speak German, so by the end, he was just demoing to people, showing them the game. We're not sure what he was saying, He may have been just telling people that, you know, he made the game himself or whatever.
Yeah. Here's a game
He was
I
pretty
made.
good at it, so it would have been believable.
He signed some deal with Microsoft to release the game in Germany. Game looks cool. I'm excited to play it when it comes out, 2012. Still up in the air on platforms, but Joe Danger, the movie, is the official title, right?
Yeah, that's right. The official confusing title.
Look for it soon. You're not going to use any of that, I hope.